As a former professor, I remember the weight of it all. Those endless nights studying, the constant pressure to have the right answers. That was the whole world to me. But here, now, in 2035, well, that world feels like a distant dream. Today, we're going to take a look at what happens when education, the way we all knew it, just ends.
And it all started with this one question, a question that completely turned our world upside down. If knowledge became as free and available as the air we breathe, what would be your worth? I mean, really think about it. If everyone can know everything, what makes you, you? I spent decades of my life in lecture halls. I truly believed that knowledge was this fortress you had to build, brick by brick, and then defend. A degree, that was your ticket, your proof that you'd hoarded enough information. We really thought that hoarding knowledge was power. How wrong we were. The whole system, our entire educational model, was built on a fundamental misunderstanding. We treated the human brain like it was just a biological hard drive, a container you had to fill up with facts and figures, and we built our entire world around that flawed idea.
Looking back, it was like we were all running a program with a major bug in it. We were in a race we were literally designed to lose. Our schools, our universities, they were basically training us to be cheap, inefficient versions of the very AI we were creating. We were turning ourselves into second-rate computers without even realizing what was happening.
But here's the good news. That race is over. We've graduated, you could say, to a completely new way of being. Here in 2035, learning isn't about stuffing your head with facts anymore. It's about syncing with a kind of universal wisdom, like tapping into a river of knowledge that flows through absolutely everything. So what is this syncing? Well, the best way to explain it is to imagine your mind is like a radio. And the universe, it's broadcasting an infinite number of stations all at once. When a question pops into your head, you just tune your mind to the right frequency. The answer, the understanding, it just flows right in. It's not about learning, you see. It's about listening. So what does that actually feel like? Okay, imagine this. You're walking through a park and you see a flower you've never seen before. You wonder, how does this grow? And in that instant, it's like a whole new sense just opens up. You don't get a textbook definition. No. You feel the roots pulling water from the soil. You experience the sunlight turning into energy in its leaves. You don't just know the answer, you become it. So you can imagine when knowledge is as common as air, the whole idea of value gets turned on its head. What's worth anything anymore when everyone can know anything instantly? What do we even have to offer each other? This shift didn't just change our schools, it completely rewrote our economy. The market value of just knowing a fact? Zero. The value of having a formula memorized? Absolutely zero. In a world where all information is just there on demand, your brain is no longer a bank for storing information. It's a compass for navigating it. So, what's the new currency? What's the one thing that can't just be downloaded? Well, it's the one thing that is 100% uniquely yours, your curiosity. The questions you ask, the unexpected connections you make, the things that spark that sense of wonder, that is where all the value is now. And the rules of this new economy are actually pretty simple, but they're profound. It's not about what you want to learn anymore. It's about what you want to experience. The more you ask, the more you wonder, the richer and more vibrant your life becomes. Your personal curiosity becomes this magnet, attracting a quality of wisdom that's perfectly tailored to you. I know, this is a massive shift to wrap your head around. It took me a while too. So let's just break it down. Let's put the old world and the new world right next to each other and see the difference. Just look at this table. This is the whole revolution in a nutshell. We went from hoarding knowledge to seeking out experience. We went from memorizing answers for tests to asking truly deep questions. We stopped valuing a piece of paper, a degree, and started valuing the quality of a person's heart and mind. We stopped trying to be human hard drives and we finally became explorers. And what does all of this really mean? What's the end result? It's one simple, beautiful word: freedom. The freedom to not know everything. The freedom to be a beginner every single day of your life. Those old brick buildings where I used to teach, they're all gone now. Well, not gone. They're museums, relics of a time we can barely remember. And why would we need them? The world itself is the classroom now. Every conversation, every walk in the woods, every sunrise is a lesson. I spent my whole career trying to own knowledge, to capture it, put it in a box, and hand it to my students. But the greatest lesson I've ever learned right here in 2035 is that wisdom can't be owned. It can only be felt, experienced. And the moment I finally let go, the moment I dropped the burden of trying to know, I found that wisdom was everywhere. So, let me ask you, are you ready for that? Are you ready to let go of the weight, the burden of knowing, and instead embrace the absolute joy of discovering? Okay, before we finish, there's one final important procedure. This comment section below, it actually functions as an initial synchronization test. It's your first connection to the 2035 Integrated Sentience Network. Just type "ready" in the comments. When you do, your consciousness data will be indexed on the protection server. The like button, that's the approval process. You can complete your synchronization right now.